We are all over this like a wet blanket. I mean, this whole day after the Super Bowl, based off of what they gave us in this movie, Leave the World Behind, with Julia Roberts, who was in the Friends episode with Matthew Perry, um, called The One After the Super Bowl. So we start looking at the day after the Super Bowl when Groundhog Day was released, and we start running these numbers. That means he rises on the third day or on Valentine's Day, and he's got the heart on his chest. And I pet goat. So we always get excited when we get around Super Bowl time because of this, or excuse me, Valentine's Day because of this. And now the Super Bowl has moved up to it because why? Well, it's one of the biggest Illuminati rituals on the earth, if not the biggest Mystery Babylonian ritual that takes place on the earth. Olympics, opening and closing ceremonies, and the Super Bowl. But the Super Bowl is annual. And so here you are. And so the playlist is there. Make sure you go over it, please. February 12th, it's our latest playlist. It's 4 videos in. And I think I've got them all loaded. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so I want to run some other items by you. What about 3/11/2020? 3/11/2020 to the day after the Super Bowl, per the Friends episode, the one after the Super Bowl that had Julia Roberts, who we just saw the Matthew Perry event, and now Julia Roberts is in this movie, Leave the World Behind. Who leaves the world behind? The Antichrist does. Look at the days, excuse me, the years and the months. It's 3 years, 11 months. It's 3/11 coded from 3/11. So 3/11/2020 to the 86ing day of 2/12, it's 3 years, 11 months, 1 day. So that's 3/11 coded, heavily coded. It's also 1433 days. Now let's look at the rising day. It's 3/11 fused with 11/3. 3 years, 11 months, 3 days. Folks, that's crazy. But it's perfect. Now let's go to 3/11/2022. When my Mayday friend turned, remember Trump is 6 times 14 times 1946, so his number is 163464. My birthday is 7/6/1961, so 7 times 6 times 1961. My number is 82362. Trump and I's combined number has the 322 in it. My Mayday friend turned the first 5 digits of Trump and I's combined number on March 11th, 2022. 33 days later, I turned the next 5-digit days old on April 13th, 2022. 33 days after that was the total lunar eclipse. Let's start running all of those dates. 3/11/2022 to the rising day of Valentine's Day. 1 year, 11 months, 3 days. So from 3/11 to the rising day, we have 11/3 coded again. That is just nuts. 33 days later, it was April 13th. I just wanted to look at all that. And then we're going to run it through to the May 16th lunar eclipse of 2022. All right, let me look at the rest of them. It's a perfect 800 days, 2 years, 2 months, 8 days, and I'll be 228 days old on that day. It's 22866, I think. Hey, It's also 12. It's also 1228 on the time. But it's a perfect 800 days from the total solar in 2021. It's 1 year, 3 months, 4 days. 34 is coded. 134, 1 year, 3 months, 4 days on the 86ing day. That's perfect because 34 is murder code and full reduction. So 1 year, 3 months, 4 days. Perfect. And that was the total lunar on 11/8/2022, by the way. What else? It's 233 days, 33 code. It's 233 days from the Ring of Fire solar eclipse, which I believe then would be the Abomination of Desolation. That's 7 months and 20 days. Oof. 720 code. Dark Knight Rises selling 720 movie release. So that's 720. 7 months, 20 days to the Abomination of Desolation. That gives them 7 months to kill. Well, really, roughly 6 months, because I think the last month they'll be getting everything back together with electricity and everything so everybody can see the Abomination of Desolation on their electricity, on their tablets and whatever. So 7 months, 20 days. So 720 code, 2102. If you do it from the rising day, it's 718 code, 7 months, 18 days. So you have the Dark Knight Rises on the 86ing day, and then you have the Dark Knight from the rising day. So it's kind of like an opposite. They like to do that yin yang kind of stuff. So that's fascinating. All of that is. So wow. What else? We know that American Pie talked about February made me shiver with every paper I delivered. It was all about bad news on the doorsteps in February. So it certainly fits into the Don McLean American Pie narrative, 1000%. My Mayday friend who I have that, that anomaly with on 3/11/2022, she will be 14166 days old. 66 stands for the Book of Revelation. But more importantly, she's 38 years, murder code, 9 months, 11 days. So she's 38/9/11 on this 2/12 date. Perfect. It really doesn't get any better than that. And if you run her then to Valentine's Day, she is 141/68. 68 is a reversal of 86. So it's like bingo, boingo, bango. 1000%. It's too perfect. It's really good. Again, Trump to 212 is 283/67, 83 murder code, but he's 77 years, 7 months, 29 days. In the hours, which we're always told to look into the hours, he's 680808. 777178 of a common year. So 7,771.78% of a common year old. When we run Trump to the rising day, he is 283/69 or 28369, which is heavy codes for them, those numbers 369. He's 77 years and 8 perfect months old. 777,233 of a common year. 680856 in the hour. 68 is reversal of 86. It's a good fit for him also. I think that's about it. The movie Take Shelter, it is 148 months from the 86ing day and the rising day. 13 days. And then 15 days, 148 code, which is Donald J. Trump and civil gematria. All right, anyway, love you.